Hey, yo, what's up? It's your boy, Sir, of the 2020 Podcast, LLC. Please say the LLC. And before you listen to this episode, I just got to let you know, I need you to stop what you're doing. Go to blkrenaissance.com, and I need you to shop for the culture. That's right. Anytime you use the promo code LLC20 at Black Renaissance Clothing's website, you will get 20% off your order. Off rip, no questions asked. So do me a favor and do it for the culture. Peace.
Hey, this is KJ, and I have a question for you. When was the last time you got something nice for yourself? That's what I thought. So why not visit www.theblurredsyndicate.com and get something that will help you express who you really are. They've got shirts, mugs, purses, mouse pads, and even aprons for the grillers of the family. So, if you're a fan of anime, pro wrestling, or hell, even the Golden Girls, the Blurred Syndicate has got you covered. Also, if you use the code LLC20 at checkout, you'll get 20% off your order. So what are you waiting on? I got mine. Come get yours. And remember to join the BS.
Hey, this is Butter So Fly of Powerlines Poetry, here to let you know anytime I feel good, I have to look good, so you have to listen to me. Make sure you go to gurudesigns.com, use a 3 instead of an E. The website is great, so you can get something for yourself, and then she makes custom clothes for men too. And guess what? I got a promo code for you. Use 20/20 and it'll get you 15% off of any order $25 or more. You can't beat that. Go to gurudesigns.com.
The self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
Okay, we lit it just like a fuse, so no need to pick and choose. Welcome to 2020, where we do more than interviews. The hottest be coming through, jumping knowledge on all of you. Get a peek at the front of you with the truth that they offer you. Yeah, hands up, we doing it for the culture. To give artists and businesses more exposure. Keeping it real and stay silent just like a boulder. It's about to go all the way down, can't get no lower. Chasing my dreams, know that they get no slower. But if I stay running, I promise they getting closer. Moreover, success my older. And if you're sleeping on me, I'm waking them up like Folgers. I told you, coming from the land with the tide roll. Well, we'll be on a whole different vibe though. We like to ride slow and keep our windows tinted so you really can see us. Like Stevie Wonder waking up with his eyes closed. Yeah, got the kind of flow that rock the boat. On my 16s of pounds of dough. And if you figure you can hang with me on the mic, then grab some rope. Matter of fact, better grab some hope. While you at it, we keep it live, it's time to tune in. Turn up the sound on what you're using. It goes so hard, I think it's bruising. The show is 2020, no need to zoom in. Yeah.
Well,
Ooh,
that was yeah, look, I'm like, that's a hot take, goddamn.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's a piece of a little story, man.
Well, let's go ahead and get into it then, man.
Yeah.
Let's talk about why we heal.
All right.
Women own marriage. You're going to be you are part 2 actually. Part 2. You're my second young lady that I'm interviewing. I don't know if we want to go by. Do you want to use your name? You don't have to.
On Kayo.
Right there,
Yeah.
shit.
Kayo.
Kayo
Find me
on
on
big.
Facebook. Big Ko, not K.
Now, to those of you that don't know, maybe this is your first episode listening to this series. Earlier this year, I did a series called Men on Marriage, and I got a lot of feedback from people. People were loving the episodes, loving just hearing black men talk about their thoughts on marriage, regardless of their thoughts on them. I had some that were divorced and was like, I'm straight.
Right.
I had some who were newly married that thought, still pursue love. And I had one that came at it from like a spiritual aspect, was like, no, this is a commitment to God that I made with my wife.
Okay.
And I'm like, yo, that's really dope. Like to get 3 different perspectives
Right.
from these gentlemen. And I love them all. They're my brothers. And the instant they dropped, they was like, man, it's dope. I can't wait to get the women one though. I like, okay. Like
No,
it's coming. Chill
Talk
out.
like that. I can't wait to get the woman one though.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know how people be.
Yeah.
People think they hear a tight idea that they like, and they think you could just come out with the next part immediately.
Right.
It don't work like that.
Right.
But I put out an open call, and you showed up on my list. I was like, all right, bet. We were supposed to talk anyway.
Right.
Pilt, let's get it. And
Right.
we booked a day, and here we is.
Right. Well, I'm both. Divorced, married, divorced. So I've been married twice.
Shit.
Yeah, so I can give you both sides.
Man, we finna get into this thing. So, but the one thing I'm doing is I'm interviewing therapists in between.
Okay.
So my first therapist, Miss Ariel B, she did a wonderful job. She told me about trauma and different thoughts on it, and I purposely did not give you any of the questions I'm going to be asking you.
You're right.
Because I did not want any premeditated ass answers.
Okay, because I will premeditate something.
All right. So the number one thing about a relationship or a marriage is understanding each other. Would you agree there?
Right.
Okay. So with understanding each other, I felt it was important to touch on three things. And I'm going to pose this as a question to you. What is your definition of an expectation? What is your definition of a boundary? And what is your definition of a standard?
Okay.
The reason I'm asking this is because men and women often view things differently. And the basis of that is different interpretations of the word.
Right.
So I've gotten the interpretation from fellow men. I'm now doing the same thing for women. So let's start with the first one. What is your definition of an expectation?
I would say expectation is something that what it sounds like someone that what you already expect them to do. Like your expectation of somebody you had you should have sent me these questions.
See, you good. You good. This is what I wanted.
Yeah, something that you expect them to do. Like, I expect you to go to work. I expect you to take the trash out. I expect you to cut the grass. I expect you to. So that's kind of what I look at as expectations.
Okay.
You know, if that's what you're asking.
No.
Okay, yeah.
There is no wrong answer. Let me tell you why there's no wrong answer. Because I want to see where your mind goes.
Okay.
Now, some of these things you're labeling are like tasks.
Right.
You know, like duties around the house, things like that.
Yeah.
And everybody is affected differently based on their experience.
That's right.
So I'm going to ask you this. Why are those your expectations? Have you experienced where... Number one thing with an expectation, something I've noticed is sometimes they're not verbalized.
Okay, right.
Sometimes they're understood.
Right.
You know, you expect this person like this should go without saying. You
Right.
should do this.
Right.
So I'm gonna give the definition. Now this is according to my homegirl Merriam-Webster. I don't know if you ever heard of her. She be writing these dictionaries. She cool as shit.
Okay.
But shout out
see
to
what she got to
Merriam-Webster.
say. Gotcha.
She said expectations, something expected, the basis of understanding and at the prospect of inheritance. So the way I break that down mentally is, of course, like you said, it's something that's expected.
Right.
It's the core of when you inherit something, when you get something.
Right.
What does that entail with me getting? What am I getting with this?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you mentioned like, you know, clean up around the house, take out the trash. Ooh. Have you had an instance where that communication wasn't exactly there?
I mean, yes, there's. Come on, you're mad. Come on.
Oh,
so
there we go.
yes,
That's what I
those
want.
yes, there are plenty of times I know that some trash was overlooked because I don't know why. Maybe they feel like somebody else could get it. I don't know. But anyways, you know, maybe that grass wasn't cut. I don't know why. You know, maybe because you thought somebody else was gonna get it. I don't know. But like. And then I want to kick into another expectation as well, because now that I'm thinking about it, it's like I expect you to let me know if you're making changes in plans.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I expect you to say, you know, I don't want to go with you this weekend to such and such instead of just going. You know what I'm saying? I expect you to communicate that you don't want to do something or you do want to do something, because I expect that of you because you're an adult and you're a man and you know how to verbalize how you feel.
Okay. Let's keep it rolling because I like where this is going.
Right.
Okay. So we got the definition of expectation.
Right.
Let's go into the expectation. What is your definition of a boundary?
Okay. Now, boundary is something that's you're set for, that you know that anything that goes against that boundary, there is not a good outcome. You know what I'm saying? So if I place a boundary in place and it gets crossed, it's not going to be a good outcome from it.
Okay.
You know, there's going to be some type of repercussion at the end of the day. Something's going to happen. Step over that gun line, boss. So that's what I mean. You know, them boundaries. Like, this is as far as I'll let this happen. This is as far as I'll let this happen. This is as long as I'll let this go. Mm-hmm. You know, those are pretty much, you know, boundaries. You know?
Okay. Now, with boundaries, how soon for you, and I don't mean this for women because you can't speak for all women.
Right.
And let me know if it's too cold in here because I will have it cold as goddamn.
No, it's fine actually.
A morgue in this bitch.
It's my dead back there.
It might be. With boundaries, how soon when dating or talking to somebody or just those text messages are going, how soon do you communicate those?
I feel as though boundaries need to be set. Let me tell you something. You set boundaries in the beginning because if you don't and they've already crossed it and you didn't you gave them the repercussion and they don't understand why they got the repercussion because you didn't tell them that this was a boundary for you. Now some shit's fucked up. Or B, you know what I'm talking about, they cross that boundary, you don't do nothing about it then because you haven't expressed, and then they cross another boundary because you didn't do anything about the first boundary because once again you still haven't expressed to them that this is a boundary of yours. If you get that boundary in the beginning, you say your boundary may be this is gonna be dumb, but I don't want you looking at white girls with big breasts, you know, and you out to dinner with him and there's a white girl, big breast, you both acknowledge it, and he says like this, okay, you just crossed the line. Now we got a problem. Or you don't say nothing. He looks over there anyways. You don't say anything now. Now you feel like, now you're going to feel a certain kind of way. Or like the third one, you don't say nothing. Boom, looks at her. Boom, there's another one. Boom, now he's looking at her. Boom, there's another one. Boom, now he's looking at her. So it's best to establish boundaries in the beginning. Period. Early.
I'm going to say that was the perfect definition of boundary. Miriam said, homegirl Miriam, M-Dub in this bit, something that indicates or fixes a limit or extent. Now let me ask you this, because things with these three definitions, things start to blend depending on the person. So with the scenario you just gave, would it be safe to assume the gentleman who transgressed, you know, with staring at crossing the boundary, do you think that boundary got crossed because not only things were not communicated, could it be that things weren't communicated because she had an expectation that was actually a boundary and she blended the two?
That's exactly what happened in one of the scenarios. I'm going to say that because of this. She has her own expectation. You just met him, so he doesn't know your expectation. Therefore, he doesn't know what boundaries to or not to cross. Now, if he knew her expectation, I hate to say this, he knows what boundary not to cross. Because the expectation is, I expect you not to look at this woman with these big boobs in my face, right? That's right. The expectation. If she has already verbalized that to him, he knows her expectation. Therefore, he's not going to cross well, he can or can't, but the boundary has already been set. Now, if he chooses to look over there, he's going to cross the boundary, but he's aware of it.
Right.
Because she set the expectation.
Okay.
Now, the difference is in the boundary in this scenario is, it's kind of, I'm telling you, this is where it blends, but this is where it separates.
Let's do it.
The boundary is going to separate because the boundary actually has to be happening. An expectation can just be discussed. I feel we can just say, hey, I don't like it when men look at white girls with big boobs. The boundary can be with the white girl standing right there, and either he says, well, he don't even have to say nothing to her because she expressed it already. The expectation's been set. He's already acknowledged the fact that the white lady's there with the big boobs or whatever. I hate I use that analogy, but because now I have to keep saying it.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah, now I have to keep. Yeah, you hear me? So when he doesn't look up or acknowledge her, not only is he accepting the expectation, He has received it. He's acknowledging the expectation, and he's choosing not to cross the boundary because she didn't have to tell him. If she had not said, okay, now we have this one. If she had not said nothing, set no expectation. Here's big booty Judy. Here's big boob Judy. Why did I do that? So now she's standing here, and he's a man. He's gonna cross the boundary because he's not aware of the expectation. He's automatically gonna look at her. White lady standing there, and then she not saying anything. She's allowing him from the get-go. So you have to set an expectation to expect the boundary not to be crossed.
Got you.
You have to.
So you have to communicate it in order the boundary to not be.
She has to give the expectation.
Got
There's
you.
no other way around. I just ran the whole scenario in my head.
The communication has to happen.
The communication, because she can't expect him not to.
Without setting the boundary.
Thus giving her, I expect you not to do this. Thus giving her expectation.
Therefore, in order for the expectation to run smoothly as it normally does, the boundary have to be understood.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Now let's move to the last one. This is my favorite one, honestly. What's your definition of a standard?
Standards are what you come up with yourself to basically model behind what you think something should be. So, your standard may tall black 501k such and such man, drive a BMW, lives at off of a road in a dark alley path. That may be your standard of a man.
You were really specific today.
I am sorry. And I just drove down the street to get to his house. I know what it looks like now. I'm gonna go write a movie. This is why I write movies like this. I run it. I literally run it like I may be Denzel Washington in that movie. When he was like, he sat there watching, he's like, pow, and then it's like only 30 seconds.
The Equalizer.
I think I'm the equalizer. But anyways, so yes, when you place a standard of something, this is what you try to model a man behind. You place a standard of a table. You'll say, I want the table to have brown at the bottom, 4 things at the top, glass table at the top, light runner with a couple sprinkles of something on it. You just set the standard of how you want to be modeled behind that table. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. So M-Dub, Miriam, she says the standard, something established by authority, custom, or general consent as a model or an example.
Okay.
So the things that stuck out to me were authority, custom, and general consent. So authority can be like a parent, anybody above you that comes before, and that's something that we discuss a lot. Tradition.
Right. Yes.
Those that came before. Even you said, with you being raised by your father, you saw how a lot of things were done through the lens of your father. So that makes sense. Custom is also how we do things like culturally.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? How black folks typically do things. And general consent, I think that's just general agreements, like people who be in the circle just like, yeah, we want this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just what it's going to be. Setting an example that way.
Right.
All right.
I agree.
So that's dope.
That was nice.
You know what I'm saying? See, this is why I like to start it off with some definitions. To get the ball rolling.
See what they thinking.
You know what I'm saying? So I got a couple more. Not definitions, just questions.
Good Lord have mercy, because I'm about to say that shit.
So, like, for you, what are some key things? Because everybody has, like, their list of things that they want in a person. But let's talk about the relationship. Because you come from a perspective of being married and divorced.
Right.
Has your list of things that you think every relationship should have, has that list, like, altered any throughout this journey?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, and a lot of the alterations would have to be, I ain't gonna lie, when I get a hold of my men, I typically take them from point A to point B and on up. I have to say, I've been known to take a few off the corner, dust them off, and throw them on a couple shipyards. I need a trophy. But anyway, anyways, I just I know what I like in men. Sometimes, even anybody, you can try to get the standard of a man, but you may lose a couple things trying to build a standard of a man that you think that you want to be with. Because it may be they may be good looking, but they maybe not be financially stable. They may be financially stable. They may not be good looking. They may be bad fathers. They may not be so nice to their mother. They may not have, they may be alcoholics. They may be drug addicts, but they have good jobs, So sometimes you live in this world where you have to kind of take away this to get this. And my whole thing is, as long as love more than anything, because love is the only thing that can get you through hard times when you're with somebody. It takes a certain level of love, because when you have nothing and you're with somebody and you have nothing together, only thing that's going to keep you together is love. Because sometimes it's usually best to separate to strive. Because you may can go in a household and you may can go in a household until y'all get yourselves together. But when people stay together, it's because of that love. Love is the only thing that can keep anything. And that's one thing I can't say, because I've been all the way down. But I know I can remember in my head that not only I know we're going to come out of this, but I'm here with who I love. At the end of the day, be sleeping in your car, but you're there with who you love. And you know that y'all together are going to get out of the situation that you're in. Not just you. You know what I'm saying? That you guys together. Because only them sleepless nights mean something later. Only those nights where you sitting up having to have those conversations of what to do next or this or that lets you enjoy your happy ending, really, next to that, and hopefully next to that same person. I've lived to see that, different things has caused, different things within my relationships. But love that's it.
Let me ask you this, and this will be kind of a controversial question. Are you good?
Oh yeah, no.
Because I know that chair can't.
No. This cushion is good.
Oh, okay. Won't believe how I got them chairs.
Garage sale.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. Kind of, sort of, straight up.
I know that because I do that.
Oh, okay.
I can tell by the
frugal
house.
as fuck.
Yeah, I'm real frugal. I have all kinds of stuff in my house that came from Roman sales. I get up early Sunday morning, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, hit the white folk neighborhood.
Man, what?
They be having all kind of pictures for $1, and then my favorite.
That painting above you. I got that painting for $3.
Yeah, see, I go to the thrift stores all the way in Tillman's Corner next to
Big Lots.
Ooh,
That's my stomping ground. We'll talk. We'll talk.
Yeah.
We'll talk.
Yes.
We'll talk.
Yes,
I be needing a thrifting buddy, man. They be having my eyes looking. You gotta have your eyes. Hey, they got such and such here. About to cash app you now. So.
I love the flea market.
Man, look, talk about it. But so and you gave a very good descriptive situation. You like sleeping in the car, and sometimes staying together in that moment isn't the most conducive.
It's not right.
So let me ask you this, because I gotta ask the tough question.
Yeah.
How do you know when staying together is a detriment versus enduring? How do you determine that? And I'm not asking in general. I'm asking you personally.
I don't know. I never know until it's time to know. And usually when it's time to know, it's not a good time. I haven't had the luck to have the ability, because I lack being raised with a mother. And I feel like this is where a lot of my downfalls have came within relationships. I didn't see those things, because I felt as though in my mind, you don't leave someone when they're down. I'm not going to leave you to be in this situation and go be in a better situation than you. And then I sleep, and then I wouldn't sleep like that. Me knowing I'm with you is safe for you, and vice versa. We're safe together. And I could never see the detriment, but I couldn't leave somebody like that. I just couldn't leave, especially now that I loved you. I wouldn't leave you. Believe me, I've been told to go sleep where I know I could sleep.
Right.
I wouldn't do it, because I couldn't.
Do you believe in the term loyal to a fault?
Yes, I am. I'm loyal to a fault.
Okay.
I know it. It takes time, but I had to gain all that knowledge going through it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know it now because I went through it. So that's why I know I am loyal to a fault.
I have a term for people like you because my best friend is just like you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna ask this. What's your sign?
Ooh, let me tell you something. If you do it, we gonna have a problem.
I ain't gonna do it.
All right, I ain't gonna do it. I'm a Gemini. We gonna have a problem.
I'm only making this face because I'm about to say your birthday is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that was the face I was making. I was being considerate. Nah, you thought I was gonna say some shit, even though y'all are crazy.
Yeah.
No. I fuck with a lot of Geminis. Y'all are cool people to talk to creatively too. I love talking to y'all. Okay. My best friend has this thing, and I tell him this to his face all the time. I'm like, bro, I love you to death, but I could tell you a bridge is out, and your ass will walk across it just to find out. And I used to get frustrated with that shit, but then I realized some people learn by bumping their heads. Yeah. And he does that with love, and I envy him. Let me tell you why I envy him. Mm-hmm. He will pursue the one he's after 100% out of 100% time. Like, it doesn't matter. He will go for it.
Me too.
Whereas the overthinker, right, I will create scenarios that will justify me not pursuing someone.
Right.
And I will live with that. Leo. So, don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh, that was the one that used to beat me. Oh, Jesus. Oh, it took me down a flight of stairs off the door hinges one time because I threw the PlayStation out the window.
Whoa.
Yeah, well, he took all the money and gambled it away the night before. Didn't have the money for it. I flung that PlayStation out the window. I think it was a 3 at the time.
Shit.
Mm-hmm. It's the big one, big back.
On behalf of all Leos, I apologize.
I appreciate it. On behalf of all PlayStations, I apologize because I love that PlayStation.
Nigga.
I just, shit.
But yeah, it is like, man, why are you doing that? Why are you hurting yourself? And at the same time, to see him find that one, that motherfucking one, and I was like, damn, this is why you do it,
right? Mm-hmm.
You know, so
the one will they come to us, and then let me tell you, people like him and me, they gravitate towards us. They're like succubus because we give them our energy. We're energy givers. You know, that's why. And I'm gonna just say this about the crossing that bridge. Man, I'm throwing all kind of rocks over there before I cross that bridge. See, that's the other side of me. I'm gonna have to check it out myself, but before I make a fool of myself and let you be right, I'm throwing all kind of shit over there to make sure something hits something that I can hear up here, not down there. Okay? Then we take it from there. I tell you was right, whatever. We gonna go, I'm gonna tell you to kiss my ass, and I'm gonna go on about my business. But I ain't just walking off the bridge.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah, I'm not just walking off the bridge. The analogy was great, and I could see where. And I could see me and where you connected, he and I. But I don't like to be wrong.
Me either.
That's the point. See, that's the thing that misses. I can't let you say, look at your ass. Didn't I tell you I'd be down there broke up? Fuck you.
Right.
Oh, broke up and shit. I'm going out like that. When I'd rather go and throw it over there and say some shit like, now I could have walked over there and got it, but you know what I'm saying? I ain't. And I ain't going to cross it at all because I don't feel like it. But at the end of the day, yeah, that's me. That's the Gemini in me. I'm gonna do the flip flop shit again. I'm gonna flip flop and say some shit like that because I still don't need you to be right. So, but before I cross the bridge, I won't be wrong.
Okay, all right, talk your shit.
Yeah, I won't be wrong.
Let me ask you this, because, like I said, I got a plethora of questions, and the thing about I wrote so many questions thinking about this because I was like, I'm gonna talk to so many cool black women. What are the questions that's gonna come through my head that I can pick and choose which one I want? You know what I'm saying? Right. Personally, this is you.
Yes.
Because I don't expect you to be all black women. That's not what we're doing today.
I ain't every woman.
What are some common traumas that you feel aren't addressed and are kind of looked over as a black woman?
You said trauma? Shoot. I'm gonna say this, and this is honestly for men too.
Okay.
We human at the end of the day, and when you put love and trust into someone and they betray it, and then you put it into somebody else and they betray it, and you put it into somebody else and they betray it, only have so much of that before you turn into this person that feel like you got to get it before it got to you. So when you have people that, you know, I guess I ain't gonna say cheat, you know, people that kind of
Talking shit.
step outside, you know, whatever, right. You know, men feel a certain, you know, way as well, you know, that how things should be. I just lost my train of thought. I ain't gonna lie.
It's okay. We'll bring it back. You want to circle around the block?
Just bring it back.
All right. She's sipping the crayon grape.
My mouth keep getting dry. Okay, keep the question.
All right. So, what are some common traumas that you feel aren't addressed or recognized?
Right. We hurt. And we tend to hurt who maybe not need to be hurt. And that's a mental thing. And we need, that needs to be talked about. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people like betray your trust, and it makes it harder for you to trust the next person. And instead of giving that man a little more sympathy and understanding what because I get told stories of what hurt. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to listen to those stories of what hurt him. So at the end of the day, I can understand that and actually provide a little sympathy towards it. You know what I'm saying? Because women aren't the only one that get hurt. Men get hurt too. Right. And it may not be you or the girlfriend before you. It could be a high school girlfriend that hurt him. You know what I'm saying? It could be something. I think we need to be a little more understanding of men being hurt. And then we can be a little more, I guess, understanding of maybe what you're getting from him. Instead of automatically assuming that he's purposely doing something to hurt you. Sometimes I think we should understand that they get the same treatment that we get sometimes too. I know men have loved somebody deeply and have been hurt by it, whether they want to admit it or not. And to move on to somebody else probably before they're ready to, they may do cause a little hurt to you, to that new person, because they were just hurt themselves. You know what I'm saying? And then I think we sometimes need to fix ourselves first before we try to engage in certain relationships or even engage with people, period, sometimes. Because what if she went through the same thing too out of her last relationship? Her trust is fucked up. Now you got two people with fucked up trust trying to make something be something. But they're hurt. These men are hurt. These men are hurt. These women are hurt. And then we're getting into these relationships and hurting each other further and not knowing why. She think it's him, think it's something. He thinks she's doing something that's been done to him before. Usually are what the man thinking. She's cheating anyways. You know what I'm saying? Because it happened to him before. So that's all he knows. Sometimes you got to take the time out to, if you're going to be with that person, be a little more understanding. It goes both ways, but it's not discussed enough, because usually both people are hurting. I haven't seen so many successful relationships that ended successfully to the point the person can move on to another relationship successfully. How many relationships you know where your homeboy said, "Ooh, I just broke up with such and such, we're in a good place, she's moved on, I moved on, we good"? None. It's not many. It
didn't happen until I got older.
Or even so. And it's still not many.
Yeah.
It's still not many. So that means you have broken out searching, because they're still human. They still crave love. They still crave affection. They still need certain things to strive. That's separated from animals. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So they still need those things. And yes, they're going to come to you, another broken person. But instead of sitting down and understanding what went on, because I have understanding. I know that you were hurt. I know who cheated on you. I know how. I still know kind of what pain you hold, because we had these conversations. We actually had these conversations. And I have so much more understanding of why you feel as though last Thursday you said you wasn't such and such. Oh, yeah, I remember you did say one time you're such and such did you like that before. But only thing I can do is assure you that this ain't what this is, because I understand. I came from it myself. We need to provide more understanding of pain that men endure as well. And I promise you The more you can sit down and have those conversations of what actually hurt them, because sometimes it's family. That's another issue too. Family has hurt. You know, you have hurt from your family. And if this is the right person that they feel comfortable discussing it with, of course, that makes a difference as well. The person has to be the right person. Sit down and let them talk. Sometimes men need to get that off their chest. Sometimes they need to know that they can confide in you. Sometimes be more of a person that can be confided into instead of worry about what level of a relationship you're on. You know, let me know that I can confide in you and you can understand what I'm saying and understand where I'm coming from and tell me so whatever I need to hear before you try to force me into a relationship and you don't know what's really going on with me. That's what needs to be talked about.
No, you just said some shit that a lot of people are going to rock with, and of course a lot of people are going to disagree with because it's the world.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's why I be like, eh.
So the key thing I got from you was the communication is the key.
Yep.
So obviously with a lot of us there's a breakdown in just that. Why do you think communication is kind of like a stumbling block for so many?
It's because people are afraid to hurt people's feelings. They're more concerned with how they're going to be looked at more than, I'm telling you, if more men actually sat down and set the standard of what they want from a woman or out of a relationship, they wouldn't have as many problems because what's understood don't have to be explained. If from the beginning I set this boundary and told you this is my expectation of our relationship, you can either stay or you can go. Anything past that point is on you. If I'm telling you, and I don't mean say, hey, I'm finna fuck you and everybody else. I don't mean like that. I mean communicate effectively to the point that, you know, we've been talking, you know, be able to be adult. Like I said, I expect you to be able to communicate as a man and as an adult. I'd rather get my feelings hurt but have the truth. The respect is so much different when I can respect what you say and believe what you say rather than, you know, you sneaking now you got found out. Communication is the key. And a lot more women respect it. When you can sit down and say, this is what it is. Anything outside of that, the expectation has been set. If she doesn't want to agree or I don't want a relationship, okay, well then we take this time out. And if I get to a point where I feel as though this is what I want, do you know how good this is? If I get to the point if I get to the point in my life where I feel as though I would like to pursue a relationship with someone, I would like to know I could reach out to you, seeing as though this is not what you want right now. Because I got to do what I want. If we start doing more what we want and stop doing more what they expect us to want, that's as men and women, we'd be much better off.
I agree. I think happiness is contingent on you pursuing it. It's like an individual pursuit instead of, before you can pursue anything together, you got to be confident in pursuing it yourself. And that's why I commend you, honestly. People who pursue their dreams, you know what I'm saying, doing what they want to do unabashedly, regardless of who sees it or who don't see it or who acknowledges or not, they're still doing it consistently. Right. Because that's what they want to do. I think y'all are the brave ones, the dreamers. Straight up. Real shit.
Right.
All right. I feel where you're coming from. I am one of those people that always say, I'd rather you hurt my feelings and tell me the truth, rather than let me be out here looking crazy, bro.
That's it.
I don't give a fuck what it is.
That's all, and I use that exact verbiage. I'd rather you hurt my feelings and tell me the truth. What's the worst I'm gonna do? What's the worst I could do? You know what I'm talking about? Like, hurt my feelings and tell me the truth.
Because I might cry, goddamn.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna, at the end of the day, I'm gonna be like, you know what? They told me that because they wanted to give me what was real.
Thank you. And that's how I look at it at the end of the day. Cry it out and then sit and let reality hit. Would you rather have been in the blind, naive, not knowing what's going on, waiting for life to hit you upside the head, or go and let it hit you upside the head when you're aware of it hitting you upside the head? And just go and do whatever you, and then who cares if you go back? At least, because at this point you know what's going on. If you go back, that's on you. But at least you know. At least you can't never say, this one thing a woman can't say once you catch him the first time. You can't never say you didn't know. Because let me tell you what I live by. I'm going to believe every word you tell me because I have no reason not to. If you don't give me a reason to suspect you of lying, I have no reason to suspect you of lying. That's why a lot of people be like, So you don't believe me? Yeah, because I've given you no reason to think I'm a liar. That's that innocent until proof. So don't automatically assume I'm lying. So I'm gonna automatically assume that you're telling me the truth until I can prove it otherwise.
Right.
Once I can prove it otherwise, you now you get whatever comes from it. You know what I'm saying? Whether I say if I fuck you, I ain't fucking with you no more, or whether I say I think you're lying about everything, come out your goddamn mouth.
So that's
you know
a
what I'm saying?
boundary.
It's a boundary. Oh, definite.
Bringing it
And I
back.
tell it up front. I tell it up front. I'm gonna believe everything. I don't give a damn if you say the light orange over there and then it turn purple in 10 minutes. In 10 minutes it turn red. I don't give a fuck it's red. He said it was gonna be purple. Right? Until I can prove it otherwise. Now when I look over there see it's purple. Oh, so you knew it was purple the whole time and you still didn't tell me it was purple? Okay. Can't believe shit you say.
So, all right. So you mentioned earlier, you know, we ain't skim over. You just flat out said, you know, you're divorced. Was this like an amicable situation, or was this something where you was like, I can't, you know, continue this? Not to be so personal. I hate to get in folks' business, bro, but
It was agreed upon.
okay.
And the only reason why, because I don't want to put nobody else's business.
Of course.
But you know, I would have to say this: I've never had any relationship, even with the one that kicked me off the door hinges, and down the stairs we went, where there's bad blood in the background. It's just not. No exes. Have no like. I can literally still call them. We're still cool. You know. So and that's just me personally. But because communication is key. Communication is the key. I really have to say, like, when you can sit down and say, so, and I talk like this. I say things like, do what you want to do, of course, but make sure you do it the right way. Don't go off of emotion to do anything, because emotion can lead you into all type of different situations that once you get out of your emotion, you're looking like, well, why did I do that?
Yo.
So I always say, do whatever you want to do.
That's so rare to hear a woman say, yo.
But don't move off emotion. No. Like, I talk like that.
That's so rare to hear. Let me tell you why, and I'm sorry to interrupt.
No.
But that just nigga, I rarely hear that from women, because typically I hear whenever I get an explanation for something, I feel like dot.
Because that's your feeling. I have a feeling as well. I feel like I don't want to have this conversation with you. I feel like I don't want to argue right now. I feel like I want to come in the house and do X, Y, Z. That's my feeling. So you're going to say, fuck my feeling. So don't get mad with me when I say fuck your feeling, because which finna come out your, because honestly, I hate to say it like that, but that's ultimately what it is. You don't know what that man just went through before he came through that door. And at the end of the day, we as women forget these men have feelings too. That they may have gone through something in their past, that they may have been heartbroken, or somebody has done something to them. Men aren't as easy to say, hey, this would happen to me. So they keep it bottled inside. Sometimes they may take some things out on other people. So at the end of the day, I know understanding of sometimes give people space, sometimes let them know that you're an option to talk to and not to talk at, because they may need to say something. But at the end of the day, don't disregard my feelings, because I have feelings too. Men have feelings. Women, I'm talking like I'm a man. They have feelings too. Don't disregard their feelings. You know what I'm saying? Because just like you want them to understand, I want to have this conversation about such and such, you know, and I also keep saying this, if it's the right one, it has to. People don't understand. You know how you fit in somebody's life. Sometimes we get naive, but you know if that man is for you or not. You know if you're the person to sit down and have a conversation with him or not, because you guys carry on. Like if you're just somebody you don't see much, then you clearly aren't the person that needs to be sitting down having a conversation with him. So whatever's happening to you is on the accord of what you wanted, because you already aren't with him as much. I'm talking about the women that are with these men daily majority of the time. When they're doing things, lashing or whatever they may call it, they have feelings too. Something's going on. It's just natural human reaction, not man and woman. It's a natural human reaction. And if there's a change in it, even if it is because I stepped out, you need to see what's going on. Sometimes, because they're not going to go to a therapist. They ain't going to go talk to no homeboy like they really need to talk to. It may be something that needs to be talked about, hence their feelings. You know, even some men may not want to display these things because they're men. But shit didn't happen to them too. They lived life like we live. They've moved up from children. They lived in poverty. Man, we are all on the same accord. Yeah, we have different genitalias, but at the end of the day, we still go through the same things. So sometimes soften us. We need to soften a little bit more to be more understanding to men, and what they may be going through. Because sometimes what they have going on is affecting you. But going at it, how you go at it, it would make the difference. Like, you got to go at it the right way. And then if you don't see I just know it. You just got to go at it the right way. You just got to go at it the right way. And you got to be understanding. Because I've seen things. You got to be understanding of what someone could have gone through.
I see you're very big on empathy and putting yourself in the other person's position. Now, let me ask you this. Not a real easy question to ask, but I'm going to ask it how I'm going to ask it. How do you feel about the way media portrays being married? Do you feel like that skews the expectations, the standards, and the boundaries of the people who are dating now? And when I say media, I mean like movies, social media, music.
I don't watch a lot of. I wasn't raised on a lot of it because I was raised a little more in poverty, so we didn't have some, So the media portrays, even especially black families, not in such a good light. And we have our Huxtables. We have our, our older black shows, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, things of that nature. But, even when coming back to reboots, they take the more negative route within the black household, which it shouldn't be like that. But at the end of the day, we're watching it. We're supporting it. We're letting them know to make more. Mm-hmm. That's why people like me, movie producers, I don't go those routes. I just don't. I don't make hood movies and shoot 'em up, bang, bang. I'm from Michigan. I'm from the real shoot 'em up, bang, bangs. Right. So I don't make movies like that because I remember what it's like to live like that. So my movies are 10 times away from even the slightest bit of it. So I understand. I can't say I understand it. I really don't. And I don't agree with it, because there are black households very successful. Even when you have like the real house, how they do the reality black shows, it's just so much drama, and it's not right. But I'm not gonna lie either. Black households, we don't always set ourselves up and our children up to live the way that they could live. They could live better, and it's up to us to do it. And it's not hard to do it. It's as simple as you put your child on your credit card. Let your child stay in your house the extra 2 years and go to college instead of kicking them out right away to get a job. You know what I'm saying? It's things that white people do in their households that black people don't. And they do more creating lineage than they make their children successful first, and then they send them out into the world. We send our children out into the world before they're even the least bit of looking like success. And then we wonder why we have GoFundMe pages. You know what I'm saying? When someone passes, instead of a life insurance policy that costs probably like $3 a month. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's why. And that's on us. That's on nobody but us, because we could do it. Because even though we were living the way we lived, my daddy kept up with insurance policies, things that are needed. We don't do that. As a couple cent when a baby's born to get a policy on them. Yep. Keep that from the time. Do you know when they turn 18, let's say, it's a graduate. You just set your child up just from a couple cent a month. Pull that money from there, give them money to go to college. You don't even have to get a grant, because let me tell you something. That money that you've built since they became, you don't have to depend on the government if you don't want to. But it's our choice to make. And if we choose, when our family members pass away, to do GoFundMes instead of pulling policies that don't cost us nothing. But we don't know about that because no one's in our households telling us that. They don't tell you stuff like that at school because, that, of course, you don't want too many uppity black people, because that's what you get from that. You know what I'm saying? You pay a couple cent a month for $20,000 policy, $30,000 policy. But we don't know these things because we're not setting our children up. We don't set our children up for success. We just send them out and then hope they make it.
Ooh, you said something, and to kind of roll back, I just found out about one of the things you just said. Adding someone to your credit card. Adding an authorized user.
Yes.
I'm in the market of buying a house, and I've been listening to different ways to build your credit. And this is something I'm having to learn on my own. And I don't mind telling my age. I'm 35.
Right.
Some of the shit I should have been learned.
Listen, better learn it now than never.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Learn it now than never. Yes. My grandparents, father, good credit. If you take your child, first of all, we start off in the hole. We come out kicking and screaming negatively. Let me tell you why, because our credit is automatically jacked up before we get to use it. We're giving negative credit before we get to fuck it up. You give it to us bad. You give us a hole, put us in it, and then now you want us to dig out of it, which is not right. That's not right at all. The only one way to beat it, that's why I said I don't know if I should be saying this. You put your child on your credit card. You are responsible for that child twice now, because you can't fuck your credit up either. Because when you fuck yours up, you fuck your child's up. But if you just so happen to be that parent that can maintain your credit card, even if it's just this one credit card, put your child on it. By the time your child gets 18, that credit score will be out to your roof. There's nothing that your child will be able to, and hopefully, in doing that, because it takes parenting, you've taught that child how to maintain finances. I had a debit card. I think I was like 16, 17, just a debit card to a bank. But it gave me they gave me that needing to know how to maintain money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even my grandmother let me even overdraft it one time, so I had to pay her back. I had to go do hair. And she said she let it happen. I had to go do hair to pay her back. She said, now this is what happens. She says, now you owe me. If we teach our children, I'm telling you, by the time they get of age till we can go and kick them out the nest, credit will be good. That insurance policy that now they got about 20,000 they could take on with them. Go and apply for it. You can go and get them, or pull as much money. Let me tell you something. Pull as much money as you want to out of that. Send them to college yourself. You didn't incur no debt.
Yep.
None. You have a child well off now. You have sent your child out to succeed. Like white people kick theirs out the nest every day. When they kick theirs, they take wings and fly. When we kick ours, they just go down. And then when they get down there, they try to struggle and get up. When there is a way. They didn't get, their bird wasn't stronger than our bird.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. They get more advantages. But we got some of the same advantages.
Right.
If we chose to use them.
All right.
We do.
And look, I'm for these conversations because I like to go off the path a little bit to diversify it. No, because it was funny is I just interviewed a realtor yesterday, and we were talking about credit, and I'm glad to hear what I've been learning.
Yeah.
All right, so let me ask you this: what are some gems? Because you've been around your grandparents, and I've heard a couple myself. What are some gems that you've heard that were great, that were like, yo, that's some knowledge I needed? And what are some that were you think may have been misinterpreted and applied the wrong way? I'm gonna give you an example while you think. Okay. A great one my granddad used to say is don't argue when you're mad. Don't argue. And he also made the point that arguing and being mad aren't the same thing.
That's right. It's not.
Arguing is just debating your point. But the instant you're mad and arguing, you're emotional, and therefore logic can go out the window easier.
That's why you remove your emotions. That's why I'll probably be single for the rest of my life because I talk like this. And I get calm. I say, remove your emotion. All right? You're still emotional because you're yelling. When you can come down here. So when we can talk on the same level, okay, let me go take you to your car. Come on, sit back, I'm gonna take you to your car. You still wanna? Okay, all right. I'm not arguing with anybody. I had sinus tachycardia. I've had a heart attack.
Oh man,
somebody. You can't. That's why I developed this. I can stay right here and still get my point across.
Do you feel that pisses certain people off? Like when you
runs them up a tree and down another one. Hates it to death. And they call me cold. Say I don't care. It's not that I don't care. It's that I'm only fighting battles that I need to fight.
Right.
Other battles, you accuse me of something, I know I didn't do it. I'm gonna tell you I didn't do it, and I'm not gonna go back and forth with you about it.
Right.
And then I have to tell you, you're gonna have to do whatever it is that you feel as though that you have to do, because that's what you feel as though you have to do. Then I'm gonna do what I feel as though I have to do, especially if I ain't did nothing wrong. Especially if I haven't done nothing wrong. So I'm quick to go.
All right.
Special.
So what's your gym that you felt is great? Yeah, see, I know we be going.
And this is my granddaddy used to say this. Don't make love with strangers on a family account.
Don't
He used to take
strangers.
Vicky's eye, so I don't know. Don't make love with strangers on a family account.
Break that down for me, cause I'm ready.
Whew, and I had to get the breakdown as an adult myself. So, you got your neighbor over there. Been living next door to you for years. Let's say he saw something happen in your yard. You know something that happened in your yard. And you go over there to talk to him. And what he wants to talk about is stuff that went on at your house. And you going to go over there and talk to him about it. You're going to get all it's pillow talking. That's what making love is. You're going to go over there and talk to him about what's going on over there. And then what happened is, from him talking and getting verifying information from you, he called the police and now the whole house gone. Okay? Don't make love with strangers. Don't go pillow talking about what goes on at your house. Don't go outside of your household to go to somebody else's house and tell them what's going on in your house. First of all, what can they do for you? What can the conversation that you're going to go have with them going to do for what's going on over there? Except get what's going on over there out, whether it's they tell somebody and that tells somebody that now all your business in the street, or what's going on over there is going to be detrimental to what's going on over there. So don't go tell what you got, your business, your family business. Because at the end of the day, that may be your neighbor, someone that's still a stranger. On a family account, don't do it to us. Go do it to somebody else. Go talk about their other neighbor to him. Don't go talk about us to them.
Right.
That's
so essentially what happens in your married house needs to stay between y'all.
Yeah, because what can they do for you?
Yeah.
What can they do for you, really? Lend an ear? Go talk to guy. Find you a higher power or a therapist, to be honest.
Yeah.
If you really got to talk somebody, yes. If you really need to, because I see a therapist, Dr. Beverly.
Go.
If I really need to see, and I have a psychiatrist. If I really need Dr. Sadler,
Hey.
I talk to a therapist before I tell somebody my business, because we were given this thing, it's free will. So we may just say, hey, I don't want this no more. You know what I'm talking about? You done told your whole family you don't want him no more. Here goes Thanksgiving. Now she comes strolling on up in here. What they doing? They talking about you. They talking about you, talking about your man. Now you treat him all funny. Why? Because they know what's went on in your household. Now they disrespecting your man. Now what you gonna do? You gonna do something about it? What you gonna do something about it for? You done told them your business. So if they disrespecting your man, you disrespected him by telling them y'all's business. Now they think they can just Where had you
show happens.
Yes. Where had you not said anything, they would treat him like they usually treat him, because they have no reason to treat him differently. So keep what goes on in your household in your household. That goes for your mama too, especially if you got mamas that got daughters. Your sister's gonna know about it, I promise you. She can't wait to call. Girl, let me tell you what your brother wife did. Yeah, she ain't coming to dinner this year. I know it. Then here you come with your brother. Did not hear they come. Okay, them sisters acting funny. It just makes for an unhealthy. It takes a good thing and it make it bad quick. It puts an elephant in the room. It's just, what can they do for you? Before you tell somebody your business, think about what they could do for you. If you got caught telling your business, you got thrown up out your house, could you go stay with them? Before you go tell them your business, that's what you need to worry about. Because tell somebody my business, you gonna be who you tell it to, where they stay at. Go and get your stuff. Let's go. Go and pack it up now. You going right on over there to who you making love to, pillow talking. Go on over there. Telling all our business. Go on over there.
Man. All right. So these are my last two questions. And this has been an excellent talk because I'm looking at the clock like, God damn, we've been talking that much.
That's what I said.
So I'm doing this in hopes of changing. Like,
right.
This the one thing about this platform is like affecting the people that come after me.
Right.
So as many people as I can reach out, I'm trying to give gems in various forms.
Right.
What's a bit of advice you would give this upcoming generation? You know, marriage is not a light thing.
Mm-mm.
If you could talk to someone directly, you know them commercials for 50 cents a day. You could say, let's say you got this one person, but for one gem a day, you could save their marriage in the future. What would you tell that young lady that you could talk to?
That's already married.
That's on her way. She's dating. She's figuring it out. What tidbit would you give her?
First of all, first thing what you said, set your boundaries and your expectations in the beginning of whatever it is that you do. Even if it's somebody you know you don't look for, and be honest and communicate. Communicate more than anything, because I'm telling you, be the one that can rather hurt the feelings and then bring the feelings back. If you really just gotta hurt them, then can bring it back with something like I said earlier. If I feel as though this is the route I want to take in the near future, will you accept me reaching out to you? Mm-hmm. That lets them down easy. And it also lets them know you're still interested in them, because at the same time, you don't want to hurt somebody. You don't want to hurt someone's feelings to make them think that you don't want them. No one wants to feel unwanted.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So the easiest way to do it is to communicate with them, and don't jump into anything until you know who you're dealing with. If the man can't sit down and tell you what's going on in his life, this man you're trying to marry, you need to know if he's ever been molested. If he's ever, I'm talking about if he lost his grandmother when he was a child and that's detrimental to him. If a dog bit him on the leg, he's scared of dogs. You know what I'm saying? You need to know these things, because the last thing you want to do is take him somewhere where dogs are and he ain't going nowhere else with you. He don't trust you no more, because you need to take the time out to get to know people before, because especially if you have children, you need to know who these men are. You need to know how they treat their mothers. You need to know how they treat their children's mothers. You need to know how they treat their sisters, because I'm telling you, that's what you're looking forward to. That's what you had to look forward to. When he goes to his mother's house, if he don't get up to straighten around some shit, he ain't gonna do that at your house. If he goes to his sister's house, he flop on the couch, pop his feet up, he gonna do that at your house. These are behaviors and character traits. They don't just disappear because the address changes. No, these are things that this man is accustomed to. The more you sit around this person, I hate to say it, this is how you're going to get to know them. And then they're going to let you know if they like you being there or not. And don't be upset if they give you the shoulder that they don't want you there. And don't be afraid to have the conversation of, I can see this may not be working exactly how we want it to work, but reset it or set it, whatever you need to do to, at that point, go left or go right. Instead of staying and trying to force somebody. Do you know what happens when a coyote gets against the wall? It's a coyote and he starts chewing his arm off.
When they get into a trap, it's
yes.
A coyote. Yeah. Don't
make the man chew his arm off. Long story short, you know what I'm saying? Don't make him. And what I mean by that, that's to the extent of he's didn't had it. You know what I'm talking about? You trying to force yourself on. Catch the hints. Catch the hints. They call them red flags now. Catch the red flags. Catch it. If he talked to his mama crazy, his baby mama crazy, he's going to talk to you crazy too. Don't think you any special, because let me tell you, character traits are a mother, and they take years to lose. If he's already displaying certain characteristics, they do.
You ain't lying.
You know how they gonna treat you.
I'm thinking about myself. You are not
it
lying.
Takes years to lose characteristics.
It does.
And they can be changed.
It can.
But with patience of who they're changing for. Because let me tell you, I ain't finna try to change myself if you ain't changing things that I need you to change. It's a give and take. And if you're not willing to make the change, stay by yourself because you don't want your head between the washer and the dryer when the coyote got the gun. When the rabbits got the gun, because it ain't no fun.
Hell no.
Yeah, ain't no fun when the rabbits got the gun.
All right. Well, cuz my last question is this. If anybody wants to support you, come check out what you're doing. What's the best way to do so?
I'm on Facebook, Kayo, K-A, and then Y-O-O-O-O-O-O. Everything gonna be on my page, and my Instagram is also the same name. All our I post everything, like all the auditions that we have, all the events that we're attending.
And I'm mad at y'all with these auditions, bro. Let me tell you why.
Oh Lord.
Let me tell you why I'm mad about these auditions. Every role y'all have is not my goddamn body type.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. See, I'm so glad I got to clear this up. Okay, so listen. We don't have body types. When I tell you we don't have body types, because I'm the writer. I pretty much write everything. So when I tell you, especially not for men, man, we got all kind of, we be needing drug dealers. We be needing police officers. And I don't know, have you seen these police officers, but they can roll down a couple streets, if you ask me, without the car. Just the body. So lawyers, and these people don't come in stick figures.
That's true.
At all. They don't, they just don't. You know what I'm saying? And shoot, we got creatures coming out the walls and some stuff. You know what I'm saying? We got landlords that's killing people in the house. They didn't know he was killing them. You know, these people aren't stick figures. So when I tell you we ain't got a body, we don't have a type. So we also go to Rachie Mack Film Productions.
Hey, RMFP, bitch.
Yes, and Bama Buck Boy. Hey. I am KO from Bama Buck Boy. I don't know if y'all follow us, Cam Docs. But please go check it out. I do a little interviews. I DDT Dale Springs last year. Yeah, it wasn't a real DDT, but it was something like
I saw it.
It was a real DDT. I'm glad you said that. I didn't want to lie to the world. But check out Cam Docs. You know what I'm saying? I tried it. I did the story on the leprechaun y'all found in Pritchard. You know what I'm saying? That was me and King James. You know, we was out there looking for the leprechaun in Pritchard a couple weeks ago. That was us, yeah. So I do event hostings, sing, I rap, I write music, I write movies, produce movies. I can change the tire. But,
that is hilarious. You joking? Because I know a lot of I ain't gonna say women. I know a lot of people who can't.
Yeah, I can change the tire. I really fully resuited inside of my car. I be taking off door hinges and putting new ones on. Like I broke the little button on my what's the name? The window, yeah. Amazon that shit. You feel me?
God.
Then YouTubed it.
Oh God.
You know what I'm talking about? You crazy, man. Let me tell you. When they made YouTube, I ain't see another book that said for dummies. You remember that yellow book? Man, let me tell you. When YouTube came out, they started using them books as goddamn coasters, goddamn it. They started putting them on the tables and shit. Talking about for dummies. YouTube got it sold down. Yeah. My new song coming out is it be out June 1st. Never Be Me, produced by Young Still the Beast. Yes, it is. Birthday on the 4th because it's Gemini season. If you weren't born in June, you ain't a real one. All right, some of y'all may scared.
I was say, damn, that fucked up.
Yeah, I know it. They be like, ooh, we Gemini. Y'all ain't crazy. Y'all just crazy.
Hey.
They just want crazy. We too. I'm real OG.
You know what I'm saying?
I was born at 12 a.m. exactly. I teeter between the 3rd and the 4th. Oh, yeah. Not 12:01. 12 a.m. exactly.
That's wild. Midnight, baby.
Ooh, yeah, right at midnight.
That sounds like a movie. Make that a movie. Midnight, baby.
I got it. I got you. And I'm going to put, I come on and say, we got, they usually like in Love and Memory of, I'm put on here, I got it from you, boy. Put your information right there.
There we go. 7 social.
Yeah. I'm going to put it on there. I'm going to put that on there. Yeah, so we got some movies coming out. Lump of Coal. It should be released. And maybe I shouldn't get a release date. It's coming out this year.
There you go.
Before Christmas. Because it's a Christmas, kind of Christmas scary movie. Ooh.
Oh, horror.
Yeah. Oh, you don't have no idea. It's about to shake the foundation with praise.
All right.
Yeah, it's about to shake the foundation. Got a Mob Ties going. Like I said, Queen of the Block going with Tony Lux. Streets is watching. Shout out to Vito. I got you. We're doing it. Then I got, A lot of music. You know, shout out to T-Man and Tyler. Shout out to Good Shot X. Shout out to Status Bay. Oh, I hate when I do that because then I forget somebody and they be like,
oh, you already forgot.
I
like
have.
2 people. I know
Did
it.
I do Rachel Mack?
Yeah, you did.
Girl, hey, Rachel. Hey, girl.
That's my dog.
That man, let me tell you, like, Rachel gonna get us killed one day when we become millionaires. She just be walking off. I'm like, where you going, Rachel? I'm going over there. Like, Rachel, something gonna bite you in your ass over there.
Man.
But, no, we all good. We having a... Damn, I hope I don't. But, yeah. Oh, shout out to Taki Ali. Just that one time love. Gotta make a girl from a boy to a man. Because that's my own lyrics. I just changed the lyrics to his song.
Ah, okay.
He be laughing. I just changed
Making remixes.
I be remixing his shit. Yeah. Oh, yeah, but, yeah, we a close-knit family. Shout out to Mob Tie. Shout out to Clarence. Yeah,
Clarence Sheridan.
Yes, that's the CEO of Mob Ties.
Each other on not Instagram. Yeah, Instagram and TikTok, actually.
Oh, yeah. Oh, follow my TikTok.
Yes, follow this
Man,
nigga.
let me tell you.
Look here. Let me tell you my favorite video you did, cuz. My favorite video, because it took so much effort to do what the hell
Man,
you did.
you had no idea.
You ready? You ready for me to tell you my favorite TikTok that you did?
What you got, bro?
When you redid Training Day, but with the Nerf guns.
Oh!
Yup.
And it's actually long. Let me tell you, man. Yes.
I'm surgical with this
wardrobe,
bitch, Jay.
you know
I'm
what
sitting
I'm
here
talking about?
cracking the fuck up.
That's my shit.
That was really fucking good. Dude.
Yeah, that definitely took a time. But I ain't gonna lie. I want to post the real video. We did the shoot gun in my house with the Nerf guns. We cut the lights off. Yeah, but me and my kid. I'm a kid at heart. I have my childhood deprived. So I still kick it like a kid all day. I mean, Nerf guns, bullet pellet guns, you know what I'm talking about? Like, we be getting it in. So we did the shootout at the house. They jumped me. Just pow, 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 pow. Shot me with all kind of...
Because you're the adult.
Man, where I jumped behind that couch, that's where I was. Just throwing all kind. I started throwing shoes at them little niggas and everything. They tried to take me out that night. So that's what inspired me to do that. Because I was like, okay, y'all gonna shoot me? Y'all gonna shoot me? Okay. Yeah. I told them, I'm the one that killed Scarface.
Damn.
It wasn't me.
With the
I'm the one
in the shades.
Yeah, that was me. You wait till I do that part. I'm gonna do that one next.
Damn.
Come around the corner like Scarface. I'm the one killed Scarface. It wasn't me. Okay, it wasn't me.
I pay for that.
Yeah, I do it.
All right, man. Well, look, it's been your boy, Sir. Kayo in this thing. Kayo.
Big K.O., not K. Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Please say the big part.
Please say the big K.O. K-A-Y-O-O-O-O-O.
And yeah, we out.
Hey, this is Mystique.
This is Mr. Everlasting.
And this is the Safe Word.
Safe Word. Y'all make sure y'all join us every first and third Friday of the month. Every month. We are in season 3.
Season 3.
Y'all already know what it is, man. Tap in.